What's going on, my fellow Ripplers? I hope you are off to a fantastic start to your 2024. I know I have had a rough start to 2024. You may be able to hear it in my voice. I am at home still dealing with the effects of COVID. My wife and I had it. This has thrown my month into a tizzy, if you will. I anticipated recording last week, but I could not cough. I sounded like Kermit the Frog's elder cousin, Fenius. I don't know if Kermit's got an elder cousin named Fenius, but he does now. And anyway, I had to go get my recording equipment from the office because I didn't want to expose anybody at the office. So the digs look a little unfamiliar because I'm in my home office. And as I was putting on the finishing touches for our release episode, I realized I hadn't done a kickoff episode. So I'm a little bit out of sorts, a little bit ass backwards. I blame the vid. I honestly can say it's just poor planning on my part. So anyway, this is the home office. This setup works. It's a little kludgy. I got a new camera for the studio over the holidays, and I was super excited about it. I spent a ton of money to up-level this. I don't know if that is an improvement. You may see more of my imperfections with this camera, but I did not leave the camera at the office. I've been carrying it around because, one, it's expensive, and two, it is, my intent was, I should say, for me to learn the camera, to get intimately familiar with this bad boy, but it doesn't come with a manual. You got to get on YouTube. You got to get on their manuals online. And of course, I was having none of that. I just hit record and go, right? As both my boys have said, you have purchased a camera outside of what you should have. This is a sacrilege for you to have a camera this nice, this good. And how to make a guy feel good. Jeez. Anyway, so I brought, the whole studio setup here just to welcome you to season 9. I wanted to let you know I have a roster of amazing guests coming up. We're going to dive into some great subjects this year, just you and me on this podcast as well. But I can't begin to tell you how big a leap forward we took in season 8 with interviews. I heard from so many of you that said, "Hey, Steve, your interview style has just improved vastly. You make the interviews seem, seamless and so well put together." And I'd love to say that I put a lot of energy and effort into that. I just feel really inspired and motivated by the people that I have been lucky enough to get onto the podcast. And so when I get an opportunity to have these interviews, I treat it as an opportunity to have this master class with these individuals. I am so grateful that these people agree to come on here to share their wit, their wisdom, their knowledge, their experience. And I can tell you, I've got some bang up guests coming. Starting with today, we are launching our first episode of the new season 9, in case I didn't say that enough times. Today, Jen Brasacker is a former educator who has turned CEO, and she is in the process of just changing education for the good. And she is someone that I got on my radar because of a prior guest, Laura Williams, a former educator as well, who's out making a huge difference for education leaders. I saw that the two of them were going to be in a conference together, and I know Laura to be an amazing individual. I started checking out Jen. I'm like, "Hey, Laura, do you think you could, hook that up? You think you can introduce me?" Jen and I corresponded. She was sweet as pie. And we decided that, yes, we will record. And in fact, she's going to do a little bit more for me. She's actually getting involved in the school leadership Ripple program that we're creating and hoping to launch, God willing, sometime this early first quarter. And she's just a darling. And so I'm so grateful that we're kicking off season 9 with her. I think you're going to learn a lot about her. You're going to learn a lot about her passion and her motivation. And you're going to get an insight, whether you have kids or not, in the public school system, why it's so critical to help these teachers stay committed and focused to their mission, which is the kids, right? And as many of you know, education right now is in trouble. There's a lot of challenges that these educators, including school district leaders, are facing. And everybody's just like, oh, we just keep pouring money into schools. No, it's not that way at all. It is not pouring money in, it's investing in our future as a society. And there is so much burnout. There are so many challenges in retaining good teachers, and not to mention getting these people to work ungodly amount of hours that they're not compensated for. And so, yeah, Jen and I dive into a little bit of all of that, and I'm super excited for you to meet her. You want to talk about a change agent, a rippler? She is that. Season 9, I'm super thrilled and excited for it to kick off because it is just, it's the honor to be able to bring these conversations to you. It's an opportunity for me to learn so much more from some very smart and interesting people. And I'm just so grateful that you're along for the ride. So even though I'm a little bit backwards in terms of how this release is going to go and all this good stuff, I'm grateful that I could bring my equipment here. I'm grateful that I could get this thing set up somewhat organized. I apologize for the weird cabling, but I got a weird desk configuration here. And now I got this massive camera that only sits one place that makes it feasible. So I feel like out of sorts because I'm normally up there, and I'd really like to be recording with the camera back this way, but it just doesn't work. It doesn't work. I tried organizing this office yesterday to try and see if I could reconfigure it, and this is by far the only way that it could be configured. So I go back that way, but then, you'd see the rest of my messy office, and I don't want that. That would be not good. Anyway, you can see just a glimpse off this side of this very cool Star Wars clock light that my wife got me. Right here. It's awesome. You can actually change colors and everything, and I don't know if you can see it changing colors in the camera or not. I don't know. But anyway, it's made out of a vinyl. They actually laser cut. Yeah, you're speaking smart, Steve. Laser cut all of the little Star Wars figures that you can easily identify: the Death Star, the Vader ship, TIE Fighter, X-Wing, and of course the word Star Wars, which you can't see because, if I tried to adjust it, I'd probably knock over the camera. But trust me, it's there. Go to my Instagram. You can actually see a picture of it. It's awesome. It's so awesome. Anyway, very, 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 very excited to have this, for the home office and just this configuration. And I don't know where I was going with that, but I blame it on the vid. Oh my gosh, this has for the past week just completely taken me off my game. Mentally, I've been tired. Physically, I've been tired. I got all this congestion and crap still in there. That's why I kind of sound like, Fenius, Kermit's made up elder cousin. But nevertheless, we got to launch season 9. Come on, dude. We're almost midway through January. You got to get a new episode out, right? So with no further ado, I want to welcome you to season 9. I want to thank you for being a part of this journey, being on this ride with us. And great things are coming for season 9. And I can't wait for you to experience them. And let's get our ripple on together. So, guys, welcome to season 9. That sounds kind of lame. Yeah. Welcome to season 9. Ripple on.